Session 32?
Oh, yeah.
22nd of Wheel Sun?
Last we left off. Let me try again. Last we left off, the Mr. Men had arrived in the Faroes Islands. We docked in a shipping. Or was it a shipping town? Or just a town? Called a place called Tempesta. We went to the local pub because what else did the Mr. Men do? And we discovered that Styles has a history and even a place underneath the tavern. The tavern wench was called Mira, I believe. And Mia. Sorry. And we hung out there for the night. We discovered an old campaign character called Bruce Farabane, who was...
One viewer will remember.
You are? Oh, yeah.
The one viewer will remember.
And he seemed older than we last left him, and troubled by his life. Who knows? And Picard got obsessed with a ship in a bottle. And sphincters, apparently. Styles showed us his underground Batcave with miniature forge as well, but that he's been recently using as a toilet.
The poop burner.
And he told us about his past life. Turns out he's really old. He's like over 100 years old. He spent 100 years in the astral plane, in the astral sea, with a wizard who had saved him. No, we remember this right. It saved him after he was in the Navy. He got blamed for the sinking of a slave ship.
Yeah.
And why did the wizard save you? Remind me.
Because I was basically troubled, so I just sailed out, expecting my own death type of thing, just went out.
There you go. So this wizard picked him up, took him to the astral sea, gave him purpose. And what was you doing while he was out in the sea? Did you explain to us?
Well, I was in the astral sea.
Catching astral fishes.
Yeah, it was fishing and things, and helping other lost souls. He
explained some of the different planes and stuff. He said there's a jukebox where Ozzy's music, his band music, plays, amongst others. And it turns out Styles is a secret fan. Has been all along. He told us of his plan. He owes a debt, and we have to find these pieces that Styles has hidden across the Faroes Islands, which, when put together, build a ship of sorts.
A bit like Toe Jam and L, really.
Which will take us to the astral sea, so he can deliver his package. What was it you're delivering? A gift?
Massive package.
Massive dick. And the first of the items we acquired was the ship's helm, steering wheel, in the volcano. But the volcano seems to be a little bit more active since Styles was last here. And we left it with us encountering some flame entity as we tried to go down some stairs.
Very true. And you also ordered a ship in a bottle. That's probably anything.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Special.
God, how could I forget that awesome moment?
So we come back in.
And we discovered there's no fucking croissants on the island.
There is no croissants on the island. Yes, that's true.
Or brothels.
Or brothels.
Or brothels.
Okay. What kind of place is this?
It's not that kind of place, guys.
Altogether,
So-
there is a lack of brothels then in this whole
There is.
kingdom.
It's the only reason I played D&D, to go to fake brothels.
Make no brothel island. Every brothel. So where we left off, as Styles had just collected the ship's wheel, Picard coming and giving him some assistance. Ozzy, Scarrick, you two decided to wander off slightly, explore the paths, and in doing so, awoken some sort of entity dwelling in one of the bubbling pools of lava. This beast swirled round in balls of flame, forming a human shape, and then began to move towards you. So, the first thing we must do is roll for initiative.
And
Oh, it's good.
that's 6.
Good.
16,
22.
16 for Styles.
1-6 for Styles. 20 for Ozzy, was it?
22.
22, nice. Picard?
18.
18. Very good. So, as this creature begins to rise and its flames just curling up the ceiling, it's 10 foot wide in mass, but its form is always shifting as the flames hurricane around its body. There is no solid mass in it, it's just a ball of flame, but with a face. Ozzy, you're going to be up first. Then Picard, Styles, the entity, and then Scarrick. Ozzy, what do you wish to do?
I'm assuming it looks threatening.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's not come for a little spit roast.
Spit roast. Ooh.
Maybe it has. You can treat that as threatening.
Oh shit. I don't know what would be good against a big ball of flame.
And I'll point out you haven't seen a single fire extinguisher in this whole volcano.
That was going to be my first question.
This volcano is not up to code.
I'm just checking what I have. Okay, nothing. So are we both in this position that we are here? Okay.
Uh-huh. And I'll say, just to save you the effort of going down the stairs, as you were looking down, you see it's another set of stairs which is caved in at the base.
So there was no point in going down.
Now game pigeon. Who has that squirty bottle thing that we have?
Someone has a jug, right? That's
Yeah.
The jug as well, yeah.
I've got the alchemy jug.
Yeah.
The canter of endless water, I've already
That's just
got
like
the...
pouring out water. It's not really. I thought,
Yeah.
doesn't it squirt?
Doesn't it
It
spray
does
water or
blast.
does it just pour water?
Man blast, I've already got the page open and ready.
Nice.
Okay. Then I will
Let him have it.
I will cast Bane on the creature.
Okay.
I cast Bane on the creature.
You think casting is your ally?
I was gonna say, I think Ozzy actually cast Bean. Mr. fucking Bean that you came out as.
It needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. What is it's gonna do to it? I guess that doesn't matter really.
It's Bane. It has to subtract a
Charisma save.
D4 to everything it does.
Ooh, that's not good. 3.
So it fails. So whenever it makes an attack or saving throw, it must roll a D4 and subtract that number. Just a bit of a buff, you know.
Cool.
I'm
Nice.
helping. And then I'm going to back up 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I go past? Yeah, 25.
There you go.
Ooh, clumped all up together. That's always a good idea. I'll stay
And alert
there.
the others.
I said, do you say
Yeah.
anything as you run past them?
Yeah. So I cast Bane. How do I cast Bane? I whip my guitar around and like point the neck at it and like do a little flurry of finger tapping, and it sends waves of sort of like distraction and confusion towards the monster. And then I run back around and I'm like, bit of trouble around the corner. Where's my accent gone? Bit of trouble around the corner. It's made my voice go really weird. There's a fire monster. Fire monster.
Holy shit, gentlemen.
I'm tired, okay?
Okay.
And
That yours?
and then as a bonus action, I will give Scarrig inspiration. You
So you left him to die.
yeah, you get a D8 that you can use for stuff.
Okay.
Okay, that's me.
Picard, you're up. Then it'll be Stars. At this point, Picard, all you can see is
Shit, one second.
light emitting from, like, or you can almost see the shadow of Scarrick's form projected on the cave, which is now bouncing around with this light flickering. It's got all of a sudden brighter as you sort of peered into this cave.
I'd quickly say to Ozzy, I say, Mr. Ozzy, where is Mr. Scarrick?
You dead?
Hmm. Right, it
Cat just
doesn't-
threw up on the couch.
doesn't make
Nice.
sense to sort of get in a...
Fucking cat.
Oh, God. Doesn't make sense to get caught in a corridor fight, so I'm gonna squeeze past Ozzy and make my way down here.
Okay.
And then, just brew it. I'm gonna brew up something good.
Okay.
I'm brewing. End of
Stars.
turn.
I'll presume at this point you just have the ship's wheel in your hand currently. Ozzy's run through. Said they've awoken some beast.
I drop the ship's wheel and fire you, sir. I sound like Picard then. I run forward.
I was getting very stuck in. This was unexpected.
And I pull out my... crap, what do you call it?
Dick.
My decanter of endless water. Aim it over Scarrick's head and say the command word geyser or geezer, depending on how you choose it. And it needs to make a DC saving throw. Oh, strength saving throw.
Strength save, okay. See. And it'll have that thingy minus, won't it? So 6 minus 1, 5. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so it needs 13, but it ain't very powerful, but it does make it go prone.
Okay, it can't go prone because it's ball of gas, but how much water is it blasting at? That's what I need to know.
So it is 30 gallons.
30 gallons?
Yeah,
Okay. Un momento, por favor.
it does
The
take...
corridor floods with water and we all drown.
Okay, 30 gallons. Yeah, that's fine.
And it takes 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Let's roll. 2.
2. Okay. So the effect that you see, you prop the bag onto Scarrick's head, wedging it on the side of his finned helmet, uncorking it and shouting geezer. This torrent of water just fills the hallway and blasts forward. You see the bludgeoning effect is almost nil. It just goes through the fire of form and bounces back off the wall and comes back. But the thing you do see is a rush of steam as it begins to dampen parts, and parts like ignite through there. There's this ball of now water and fire just churning in front of you. After a few seconds, the water is fully evaporated and the roof is now lined with a mixture of steam and smoke, but the creature seems slightly diminished.
Okay, as my bonus action, I'm going to back up.
Yep,
So
no worries.
you can dash as far as you can.
Where's everyone going?
I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to.
Imagine the poor confusion of Scarrick to have Ozzy run away.
Oh, you're back. Oh.
Styles appears, shoots
Yeah.
water over his head, and then runs away.
I'm just going to back up to here.
Okay.
My button.
No, it is the fire elemental. Just checking you haven't done anything else to it. Okay, so we're gonna say, as it moves through the pool of water, you see it begin to sort of, its form just again turns this water instantly into steam, but it moves 5, 10, 15.
Holy shit.
So it takes... All the time it's in water, you can see it's taking damage. Is it just going to... Okay. Is this ball, like 10-foot ball of fire, just engulfs the entire corridor in front of you? It's almost like a wall coming towards you, Scarrick. You see one of its, like, it begins to form a shape of a club with some of the flames. And it makes a strike, minus the d4.
Yeah.
5, as the flame comes towards you to attack.
5 to hit.
Yeah.
Are you asking?
Yeah, I know. So as you do, it sort of just diminishes on your shield. So instead, you see it sort of, this slash comes down in flames, and then instead it moves. And as it passes through you, I need you to make... Okay, so as it passes through you, you take... Ooh, does it make it off actual damage attack rolls as well? The d4? Or is it just the first roll?
No, I think it's just the first roll. Let me just
Okay.
double check that. Yeah, it's just the attack or saving throw.
Okay, not a problem. So you get 1 fire damage, the worst I could roll. As it sort of, I'd imagine that it balls itself up into the roof and begins to like arch over you, and you just get the lick of heat from behind.
I imagine it just start blowing out my beard.
Yeah. 45, 50. And it comes and engulfs you, Styles, and you instantly take 3 fire damage, and, sorry, you both actually ignite. So, as it passes through you, any clothing you're wearing, or your hair begins to just burst into flame. So,
Okay.
1 damage from you, and you're on fire. 3 damage from you, Styles, and you're also on fire. Gallic, it's your go, and you immediately take...
Got a bit of a problem here.
2 fire damage, as your clothes are currently burning off your body.
Damn. I used the salt water, didn't I?
You've used the salt
On
water,
the-
yes.
Yeah.
Is it a once a day thing?
Yeah.
Shit.
Shit to me timbers.
So, is it an action if I use one of my water skins and pour it on myself to put myself out?
So you can do that as bonus.
Oh, aren't you kind?
Okay.
I would have said no.
So, I
How
will
much is in a
use
skin?
about half a litre. How much did we work out to be?
Although we do,
Half a litre, wasn't it?
we do allow
Yeah.
potions to be
I mean, if
poured as
I
bonus
had
actions,
half a
don't we?
litre and my clothes were on, I'm sure I could put myself out with half a litre.
He is only small.
Yeah, true. Since I'd say, because your damage with the fire is so low at this point, it's only parts of you that are on fire. If it's a full like 10 fire damage, then it's going to take a bit more than your little your water skin. But yeah, you put it on, you douse out the flames as a bonus.
And then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to go to there, and phew, now, what's going to be best? I'll try it first. So I will go with the trusty swinging of my warhammer.
Okay. It's a non-magical
Nice.
weapon, yeah?
Oh. Did I have something that turned into magic? Let's spell that.
You got a 26.
Yes,
that
it's
hits.
non-magical. It's 26 because I got a natural 20.
Nice.
So that
Nice.
I will also do stuff with it, yeah.
Roll the damage.
Can I add my inspiration to the damage?
I believe so. Your bardic inspiration,
Let me just check.
or is it just the roll?
Can't remember. It's just the roll, but I think I can. I've got an upgrade.
I thought you
which-
got something that upgraded it
yeah,
so
let
that
me
you
just
could.
Double check 'cause it's been a
Yeah,
while.
I feel like you said at one point.
It's
a
been
while.
a while.
So that's 15-ish at the moment.
Mhm.
And then I'm just going to roll this
Pump your shit
dice
in.
on my hand.
Oh,
It's a
why can't I
2.
find it? Oh, is it cast a spell? No, it's only if you cast a spell.
Same as the other, then you can only add it onto stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
You can't add it to your damage.
So 15 damage.
Unless it does a divine
And then I'm also going to do a divine smite. No, does that do stuff to that as well? Because it's a critical. Where the fuck is
No, I
divine
don't
smite?
think so.
Yeah, it doubles that as well.
Actions?
Does it? Ooh, nice.
I think that's what happened with Bruce and the thingy.
And divine smite is magical, isn't it?
Yeah,
So where it is?
it'll be on under your spells, I guess.
Oh, there. I just knock off a spell myself, don't I? And,
Or
and then, right,
features.
so I could 2d8 radiant damage plus 1d8 for a spell level higher than first. So if I do a second level, that's 3d8, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll be 68.
Right. So I'm going to
Because you're
use this.
doubling it for
What?
your...
It'll be 68
Oh,
because
if
you
you
got
got
the
your
natural 20.
But do I do that now, or is it going to do it itself?
Just roll the 3 and then...
That
1, 2, 3.
roll the...
Well, you can
Roll.
roll that,
If
and
it
then
doubles it,
you
you
also
say that. If not, roll another 3.
So there's a 12, and it didn't double it.
you can add your
Okay.
bardic
There's a custom roll.
inspiration to that as well if you want, which is another d8.
Oh yeah. Right, I've got my d8 here.
So roll another
So
48
it's
then.
12 to 2, so 14. And another 3d8,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's the critical, isn't it?
Yes,
So-
James. Another 3d8. I've got the 14. You just roll 3d8 and tell me what it is.
11.
11.
So
So it's
fif-
25 from your divine smite
No.
plus the 13.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's plus a 15
Yeah, but it's
Warhammer damage.
resistant to bludgeoning.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So it's
And that last, the divine one is radiant damage.
yeah. So I've done them separately. 38 damage is your end result. So you charge back in, even though seeing that the water barely affected this creature, just went straight through. You have faith in your tools. You've used them long enough. And raising the warhammer above your head and with all your strength, what you see in the fire styles is almost an air wave in front of the hammer, which seems to disperse the flames, pushing them against the wall and making them just diminish. Yeah, it's a big blow. This creature is now partial, like a fragment of what it once was, but it is still going and it is still burning hot. Ozzy.
Right, so I'll scream in anger.
Oh yeah,
and
second
take a
hit.
second.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh my god, that was just a 1.
14
14 to hit.
to hit.
Yeah, hits.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
And 13 damage.
13. Just your hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna do divine smite once per turn, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Don't know about that.
I think you
Use
can.
your second blade to smash into the wall, causing some of the cave to like crush down on top of it, again damaging the creature. It's now, like I say, still prominent, but very, very damaged, a lot smaller than it was, and it's beginning to hurricane round Ozzy. You can see currently Styles is within this hurricane of fire in the center. His skin is beginning to burn and peel as his clothes ignite.
Styles! I spit on it.
And how many gallons of spit do you have, sir?
I cast... Fireball will work, right? I cast Dissonant Whispers. Again, my guitar, the strings look like they're about to melt and twang away.
Yeah.
But I'm ripping hard. Dissonant Whispers, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
Minus D4.
Minus the D4. Got it on me. 12, but minus the D4.
Oh, it fails.
2, 10.
So it takes 3d6.
Kind of damage is this?
Psychic damage. Yeah, 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 psychic damage.
Nice.
And it must immediately move its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So 5, it moves into you, Scarrick.
Sorry.
For 5 fire damage as it reignites you. This your damp clothing immediately dries as the flames engulf you. This small hurricane now and begin to light you again. It's full speed.
Yeah.
Okay, it's moved. So as you cast it, and you see this form begin to, like, the fire hurricane begins to, like, compress and expand in erratic motions, and then all of a sudden it whips and begins to emit itself down the corridor, leaving a still burning Styles and Scarrick in front of you. Styles, I'd imagine, covering your face, just trying to pull your cloak around as hard as possible, but it's now physically on fire. Ozzy, anything else?
I think I'll probably just stay there. I'll move back just a touch. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, pie card. Oh, 1 second. Thank you, bud. Night. Okay. Pie card. I presume through the open door behind you, you've seen this gulf of flame sort of come out. Ozzy do some magic and it begins to recede.
I just sort of yell to the boys, say, "Let's grab that wheel and be off. This is no place to dawdle." And then I sort of start making my way.
I want to go the other way and explore.
Do you say that to me?
No.
All right. Then, hearing no objections, I guess.
As I was back home, like, there's a door here, we could go through there.
I say fine, and then I come back, and then I wait. And
You
I say,
love a door.
That's all your movement.
It just goes.
End
Who's
of
this
turn.
looking for?
fuck's sake.
Is that you, pie card?
Yeah.
Styles, you immediately take 5 fire damage, and you're currently on fire.
There's probably nothing through here. Probably just another fire element.
Another one of
There's
them.
I've looked. There's nothing to say I can't use the decanter again.
Yeah, I think it would say it was single use.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna use it, and I'm gonna use the word stream to produce 1 gallon.
Okay.
Myself and Scarrick out.
Nice.
We're both on fire.
You uncork it and say the word, and immediately water just begins to slowly trickle out. soothing your burnt skin and falling over both of you, putting out your clothes and forming a puddle on the floor. You gasp as the pain that you've been feeling for the past 12 seconds finally subsides, leaving a dull ache. You look at your hands and you see the gloves that you always wear are charred and burnt off, and underneath you see the raw skin.
And in a panic, I'm just going to run, pushing past Picard, just out there. Just move the wrong person.
Wow, we really pushed back on far.
You should play American football.
And that's it. That's my turn over. The panic of being slightly on fire, I think.
Okay. Styles, you're next.
I've just been.
You are now doused. Sorry. I was checking that decanter. Styles, you've been. It is the elemental. The spell you cast, Ozzy, only lasts until you've cast it, doesn't it? You can do anything else now. Ozzy. You can do what it wants now, can't it?
Yeah, I said yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Then.
Yes.
Well, I was saying.
Need to buy a better mic.
Scarrick, as you're looking down the corridor, you see the glow, which is bright, just begin to ebb away. And then the familiar glow of just the lava is all that remains. You are now out of combat.
It's okay, guys. I killed it.
Oh,
Well done, Mr. Scarrick.
well done.
Oh, no problem. Fire is my thing.
What was that?
I'll just take a quick break to try and get Finn to bed. Back
Sure
in a second to sleep. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
Sorry, we didn't do anything.
So, the creature had
It was quite easy to be fair.
just dissipated back into the lava, and you're free to
What's here?
do as you wish.
My God, what was that? Styles. The fuck, man?
It wasn't you the
you could have
first
told
time.
us about that.
It wasn't
Very
you the first time.
irresponsible of you, Mr. Styles.
Just
It wasn't
Does
this lava
someone want to
last
look
time I
for
was
traps
here.
up this corridor?
what's through
Yeah,
this
that's-
door, Styles? At the end
Oh.
here.
I'll check for traps as I'm going as well.
You'll do no such thing.
Ozzy just strides
Go straight
forward.
in.
Oh yeah, I didn't look that far. The place gave me the creeps, so I got out of here pretty quickly.
Is there anything in any of these alcoves as we go past?
So the alcoves are old cells,
Dum-dums?
and you can see inside is just sort
Headache
of
field.
charred contents and remains. There isn't much in them, but obviously the chest.
Okay.
I'm nearly up to revealing. Polygon reveal, everybody. Okay,
Whoa.
so just do this bit for you so you can see the full thing.
Go.
So,
Are those jewels?
you come. The first thing you see
like
is
it.
another hole billowing with
Don't
smoke.
tell us what the first thing we see, Paul, 'cause the first thing we saw was jewels and gold.
The first thing your characters see is another hallway filled with billowing smoke, ebbing from what seems to be a hole in the side. The smoke is thick, and similar to how it was before. Remember, it was a struggle to get through.
I'm
Looks a
gonna
little dangerous.
I'm gonna ease my way in, and I'm gonna like check. You know the that lava pool that thing came out of. Did it
Yeah.
seem to? Maybe I wouldn't even know, but did it seem to come out of there as a reaction to something, or was it just that was where it was?
I think that was just where it was. You just sort of walked down, and all of a sudden, this lava pool started to change and just formed into this creature.
I'm gonna.
As you come down, I need to make a Constitution saving throw. As the smoke begins to get into your lungs.
Keep close, guys.
12.
Please
12.
keep close.
Okay.
16.
+2 for you, Snozzy. I'm guessing they were close, but it's
14.
like,
We're all
14.
sort of within 5 feet, aren't we? Walking.
Uh-huh.
imagine we're walking in
So
a group.
Ozzy is a fail.
Oh.
What were you, Styles?
Say +2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, +2.
18.
18, pass.
I
Scarrick.
am also 14.
Okay, you can take a...
Fail.
I get advantage that against poison. I'm just going
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's 23.
23, you pass. So for those of you who fail, you take 12 damage. For those of you who pass, take 6. As the smoke in this room, stronger than the other one, begins to just fill your lungs.
Okay. But I take 6 because I'm fire resistant.
It's poison damage.
Oh.
I take 6 because I'm poison resistant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Ozzy's dead.
It's getting a bit bad down here, guys.
Maybe we should consider retreating.
Oh, damn. Can I pull out one of my neckerchiefs and I use prestidigitation to cool it, and I like tie it around my mouth and nose.
Okay. It assists you with getting down the rest of the path.
And I keep going. Well, we've come this far. Just keep going. And I'm gonna keep going. I can smell
And
jewels.
as I stumble along behind, Ozzy, I'm going to use 10 more of my lay on hands.
Ooh, okay. I'll take it.
I heals you 10.
I'm looking. How do you describe someone when they're half their HP?
Bloody.
I'm looking blooded.
Worst for wear.
At the end, through the smoke, you see a solid wooden door, and as you sort of feel, you manage to open it up. As you do, some of the smoke in this tight, confined corridor emits out into the larger chamber, and it does clear for your return journey. However, it was almost like a smoke trap with these 2 doors on either side.
You say you give me 10. Okay. Yeah,
went
I'll push through the door.
You enter this room, and immediately you notice the floor is littered with chunks of rock. There's a light smoke in the air, and large piles of boulders that seem fresh, perhaps from the eruption, or aftershock. At the back, there is an altar with a large dusty pile of coins.
Seem to be
Look at the traps.
coins. I will. I'm gonna head over to it and like look in the area as I approach for traps.
Yeah. Investigation or perception?
It's good. It's good. It's a 19 plus 6 for 25.
Everything looks fine. It's just covered with a thick layer of dust and ash and soot.
I will. How many coins are there? A lot?
As you sort of shuffle through and pick them up, wiping the soot off, you see there is a gold glint underneath. And a rough estimation, you'd say there's 100 gold coins. It appears to be some sort of altar for offerings.
Well, they
Those
offered the
candles,
Mr.
or
Men
are these the rocks you talk about?
Mr. Men some gold, so
The small things are candles, but
give-
I'd say the flaming bits of debris that
I
just
give out
litters the floor.
25 gold to each person.
Ooh-wee.
Hey, we've been offered gold pieces. That's for a cat. Thank you, altar. Does it open? Or is it just a solid?
It's
Is there
just
any
like a
writing?
solid.
or-
It's just like it's a black rock, similar to what you've seen, almost an obsidian, which looks out of place in the rest of the thing. There is no writing as such. Any sort of wooden statues or figurines or clay would have perished in the heat. There is a lot of remnants of ash around the altar, but no clear signs.
What's this thing, Paul?
That's a giant rock.
That's a rock.
There is a door down to the south side of this room.
Keep going.
Okay.
Check the door for traps.
Let's do it with this time. Let me reveal the rest.
But what was down here?
Something tells me this whole corner is something.
Oh no, there's another fucking passageway we walked past.
What's this?
Oh God.
What's what?
Oh no, stepping stone.
We
Such a
walked
magic
past.
castle.
Was this something?
That's where the smoke was emitting. That's sort
okay.
of similar to the other side. It seems to be a gap to the heart of the volcano, and
I
there's
see.
like molten ash and soot pouring out of these holes. Yes, as you get down the narrow passage, you squint as the heat hits you like a wave. The passage further down is filled with lava that bubbles and spits, spewing it onto the few stepping stones that dot the way across. You can tell if you tried to pass this, it would be difficult
I said we go back.
and
What?
dangerous.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, I suppose we could go back round and just go through the door. That probably leads this way anyway. If we want to explore. I'm happy to go back. I don't mind. It's a volcano, man. It's not every day you go to explore a volcano.
There's a reason why you don't explore volcanoes every day. They're not meant to be. Yeah, let us backpedal somewhat, because the deeper in we go, the more poison gas we have to face, and there's a strong chance we're going to have to go through it all again in reverse. So we've gone fairly deep. Let's move back.
Yeah.
All right.
So the first corridor you come
If
to
we want
after
to do
the
it again, we look for spells.
first corridor you come through after like the collapsed room. The smoke in here it now is at a level where it just sort of rolling across the ceiling and spilling out into the other chambers with the two doors. I assume you left open. You can duck and get through this without difficulty.
Okay, let's do that. Hey guys, let's duck and get
As
through
we-
this without difficulty.
First rule of fire: keep low.
As we pass the chest again, I pick up the wheel and say, ha, nearly forgot this.
Oh,
It's like I don't think you had it.
Mr. Styles. Wah, wah.
So you pick up your wheel and head back down the chamber. You come to the room with the river of lava. You just carrying the wheel.
Yeah.
As
I
you
could
enter
put it
this-
in the bag of holding.
Okay, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
You pop into the bag of holding and seal it tight so that no sparks or embers can land on it and the heat doesn't affect it. You come to this room, jumping over the river easily as you had before, and come into the last corridor where the smoke is still thick. This final section before the stairway that you descended down. Is there anything you wish to do before you pass to make your journey easier?
Well, I've got my
Mm-hmm.
cooled.
Like I said, it gives you
Neckerchief.
advantage on the check.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just grab my vest and tie it up close around my mouth.
You could douse it with
Pack
water.
Yeah.
will- Packard will arrogantly walk through,
Okay.
attempting no remedies.
Okay.
Do.
So everyone who's using a mouth covering or anything like that then gets advantage on the con save. So if you'll make the con save again, please.
I get advantage anyway because I'm a weird boy.
I get
I don't think
advantage.
you breathe, do you? So
Yeah. So,
Do we all
in
get?
fact, I'd say you're immune to this. To be fair, we'll
Natural,
say
You
for
get
sake
plus
of
2 if
thingy.
you stick close to me.
natural 20.
Natural 20.
21.
What'd you get, Ozzy?
Do I get Garrick's +2?
Yep.
22.
Okay. Scarlick and
13.
Picard.
On 13.
13.
dead.
Okay.
20
And-
for Packard.
Okay, so the only person who will take full damage this time is Scarrick. This is half anyway. And it is 14 smoke damage. It seems the time that
You are resistant. I remember.
Yeah, I'm resistant, so.
So it's poison damage.
Half of that, is it?
Yeah. So 7 for anyone
Yeah.
halved. If you're resistant and you've halved it, double half again. It seems the time you've been here, the chamber is filled with more intoxicating smoke. You break through the door on the other end, finally gasping hot but cleaner air in this lava chamber.
I hate it here.
I think we should just get out of here.
The air
I'm
is
feeling
inhospitable.
quite unwell.
All right, it's your call.
But what about this door, gentlemen? When I point at the door.
Oh wait, there's another door. What's through
We haven't
there?
seen what this does.
Every time we've opened a door, we've been poisoned.
Someone check for traps and open that door. That's an order.
You heard the captain.
Yes, sir. And I'll run and do it.
Okay. Check for traps.
What's that? Sorry, I don't normally do this. Perception.
Perception or investigation, and then if you're proficient in it, you'll add your proficiency.
I love that. I'm not normally the trap guy, but I'll do it.
That's
10. Looks alright. All the doors are very similar here, quite old, and like most of the doors you've seen so far, they're like the trap that dropped a rock on you. It's quite an intricate piece. These are like barely hanging on the hinges, and you think it's safe enough, and you push it open, and you do pass through,
clear, boys.
revealing a long corridor. It extends past a pool of lava, giving off a warming glow. Temperature here is okay. It's not too bad. It seems to be further away from the main core of the volcano.
I mean, it's slightly cooler.
What's in that corner?
If only we knew. Mr. Ozzy, investigate.
I'm going.
That's an order.
Ah, captain.
I'll wait here.
I'm gonna go head through.
Okay. You move down the chamber and into the final room. Let me show you what you see. This room appears to be the remains of an old forge. The tools and anvil are heavily rusted, and the wooden tables seem charred from the heat.
Wow.
One thing that does catch your eye
Whoa.
is the water butts seem to be full of water. This is the first water you've seen down here.
Running like drench all my body in it.
It instantly cools you. The water's almost as cool as the seawater above. It's an odd experience. And as you stick your head in, you see several glowing mushrooms at the base of the basin.
I'll pick those mushrooms.
I'll eat those mushrooms.
As you pick them out of the one you're in and remove them from the water instantly begins to boil and turn into steam and then evaporate in the room. The mushrooms in your damp hands are cool to touch, but they do begin to
Wow.
shrivel in the heat.
I'll put them in one of my. See, I've got all my containers of for the blood, but I imagine
Okay.
I'll have one empty. I'll put it in there and put water in it.
Okay. As soon as you do it, they sort of begin to rehydrate, and the glass becomes cold to your touch.
What are those mushrooms? They like.
I don't know. There seems to be some kind of magic to them, so I don't know if we
Magic
want to
mushrooms?
take these ones too, or leave this in here just in case we come back.
Keep.
I got to investigate how many mushrooms are in this one in here.
I'd say there's probably like between 6 and 10 in each of the basins, so you've got around 10.
I'm going to take all but 2 of the mushrooms in this butt.
Okay. It seems to still be at a
Still
same
there?
temperature. It
Okay.
doesn't affect the.
I yell down. How is it down there, fellas? Is it safe?
Oh.
Or have you succumbed to the gases?
We've found another toilet, an incinerator for poo.
Oh, excellent. I've been holding one this entire time. And as I'm walking down, I'm like, hang on, I don't poo. What's that feeling inside me? What's
Like
this then?
some of the colder dirt's been absorbed into your body, and you sort of cough it up. Like an
Ooh.
animal.
It seems a pretty cool place to have a forge when you say Scarrick.
Aye, it's a great place.
Yeah, if it weren't for all the
Look
poison
at this
gases.
beautiful
yes.
double-horned anvil over here. Oh, a dream to have one like that.
Yep, that is pretty dreamy. If I
What's
do
that?
say
Is
so
it-
myself.
Is there anything else in there?
There's a
Yeah, is there
stairwell,
anything else interesting?
but the stairwell's blocked.
Again, the stair looks half created, as if this place was going to be expanded at one point, and perhaps the evolution of the volcano just halted progression.
Or maybe give a tie here.
if you wish to
Oh, that's
retire
just
to an early
unfortunate.
grave. No,
Well-
this place isn't fit for anyone. And then I start kicking stuff over.
What? Stop it, Mr. Pickard. I might use this at some point. Please,
No,
please
this
don't damage it.
is trash. You don't want this. And then this little table here, I just kind of
Oh
like
no, it's a good
I
spot.
put my foot on it, and then I started slowly just pushing it.
Before you even manage to thingy, like your weight of putting your foot on it, just the wood that's so dry and brittle in this extreme heat just cracks and.
Look at that. No good for it. It's no good here.
Just leave the anvils, please.
Is this a cart of coal or coke?
Yeah,
What crazy
make an
person
inspection check. You trying to discern whether it's poo or coke.
That's a weird looking poo, he says.
What am I doing?
It was a joke, mate. You're fine. You can tell it's coke.
I was going to say I can't find inspection.
Make a poop inspection check.
Investigation.
How would you bring coke into a volcano? Do you think it wasn't hot enough for them?
Well,
You
you
got 'em.
said that it
I mean,
wasn't
to
a
be fair,
volcano.
you'd need a clean. You want a clean fire, and the volcano would be very bad for the metal. It would just be adding, rock substrates and other stuff you don't really want building up on the scale, and it create bad forge wells.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
God,
This place is terrible.
he's off on one again. Come on, let's go.
Yep, it's time we left. What an odd discovery. And then
So you make your way back out of the volcano, slowly traveling up the passages, the heat ebbing away as you get higher and higher, till eventually you're in the old animal dens again. And by this point, cool air is beginning to come from the mouth of the entrance.
Oh, is that cool air?
As you come
Breathe.
outside, you are greeted with an early evening. Dark sky. Stars are just beginning to shine through. Thin cloud just ebbs away. The air is cool and fresh. You instantly realize how clean air can be from the dark dells where you've just been prior.
I'm no geologist, but if the last time you were here that was dormant and now it's active, I'd say this thing is gonna blow.
Yeah, I would agree. Could you do anything about my clothes? Smart them up a little bit since the fire
And your skin.
on my skin.
You're smart.
You sort of
My
reach
skin up
some
a
of
bit.
One of the things you notice as you're in the air is it was hard to pick up down there because of all the soot and smoke, but now there's the distinct smell of burnt hair and skin lingering on both Scarrick and Styles.
I will use prestidigitation to clean them up a bit and clean what's left of their clothes. And then I will cast Healing Word to hopefully patch up his the burning skin and any blisters and sores they may have. And you take 8 healing hit points.
As you rest on the hillside looking down.
You
I get double because I've got my a wound
Necklace
closure. Yeah.
Cheeky bastard.
So if you look down and Ozzy says his words over you, I imagine in a small sonnet, you begin to see the sores and scars from the burnt skin heal up, and a moment of calm comes over you.
So if anyone else is hurt, then I would just use up my 25 left on everyone.
God, do you have 45 in total?
35. I used 10 on you, but pre the 10 before.
You used 10 in the last session as well.
Yeah.
So I must not. I'll only have 15 left.
Scarrick and his never-ending healing.
Everybody gets hit
10 for
points.
you. 10 for you.
Well, I'll take 10 of those if nobody else wants them. Taken.
Alright.
I'll take 5 then. Ooh-wee.
I'm okay.
Oh.
Well, we made it out of that one.
And you say it's
That was,
evening? You say it's evening now.
Yeah, the stars just begin to come out. The sun is at its lowest level. It's evening coming on to night.
Should we head back?
Get back to the boat.
Yeah. How doesn't So like the rest of these items, they're sort of scattered around the whole of these islands.
Yes, we need to go find the compass, the Spelljammer helm, which is how you control the ship, or one of the ways you control the ship, and the package.
The package. Well, the package is right here, and I point at my dick.
I wish it was that simple. I wish it was that simple.
Me too.
I'm glad it's not. The less to do with his package, the better.
I'm not having as much action recently as I would have liked.
I give it a little flick.
It's stiff.
Even now.
Even
Classic
now.
tiefling.
Well, I think
You'd have thought it was showing if it was stiff.
hey,
Here's a tail.
it's how you use it. It's not the size. Last time it was used was on the so-called pleasure cruise. Man, it feels like an eternity ago.
Packard says, I must admit, I did have a good time on that cruise.
Yeah.
It was unexpected, but
You killed a man by sticking your finger in his ear.
that was one of the highlights.
That's
Well,
true.
many
Actually,
highlights.
you did kill that guy.
I wish we wouldn't speak of it though, because I just
Don't worry, we'll keep it between us. Of course.
you know how it
But you did.
holds over me. It makes me feel guilty.
Well, you probably should. Probably should. So we're heading back to Tempest.
Batcave.
The Batcave.
Yeah, so
All
we
right,
can have a few drinks and we can relax.
let's rest up.
So it takes a few hours to get back to the ship, making your way, traveling down the hillside, and through the sort of coastal path. The crew greet you, get you back on board, and set sail. You are able to rest on the sail back, and when you get to Tempesta, I assume.
When you say rest, you
You'll
mean a
be
short
going-
rest.
Yeah, or you can, if you want to take it, if you're going back to hideout to rest, like sleep, then you can take a long rest to the morning. It's up to you.
There's no.
I think would we not go for a drink first? Or is it shut?
By the time you get back, I'd say it's like half a day's travel, so it's probably early hours in the morning by the time you return to Tempesta.
Back here for a long rest then, I think.
Okay.
So you use your keys to let yourself in. The town is quiet. There isn't much nightlife here except on festival weeks and things like that. So you come back into the docks, the crew bunk up on the vessel, and you head back to your lair and rest.
When we're in the lair, who's on what bunk?
Get the important things.
I was on this one.
I mean, I'm on this one.
You and the one next to us in Styles.
I'm in my office and I'll sleep on my sofa, I think.
Packard sleeps standing
Strange boy.
standing with the training dummies.
Yeah.
He stands in place of one and he puts his arms out in a T-pose.
It's like his little dock.
Proper Gmod, fucking unmodified NPC.
So if there's nothing you wish to do before you go to rest,
I wanted to have a late night chat with Styles, but if he's sleeping on the sofa, it's fine.
Oh, you can come into my office.
it's
I'm
fine.
at my desk.
It's fine.
I'm at my desk. I'm
No,
sorting my
that's way
papers.
too formal.
I haven't been here for a while, have I? So I'm just.
Fine. It was not an
Shuffling
important
in.
conversation. It was just a trivial conversation. We'll have it on our next adventure. It's fine.
I would
as
want
Styles
to...
sorts his papers, longingly looking at the door, wishing someone would come through. Ozzy rolling his bunk, thinking, Man,
Wish I had someone to talk to.
I wish Styles was in the bunk next to me. The night ebbs on and morning breaks.
Did I use my either medicine or herbalism skills to try and define more about these mushrooms?
Yeah, make a.
I could identify them for you if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would start looking at them and trying to figure it out. And if you see me doing that,
Oh, someone
is that
someone
any
to talk to.
object that you can do then?
Make a survival check yourself if you wish to just ascertain it first.
Probably not. 12.
12. Looking over them and sort of observing them in the vessel and seeing what they do, it's clear that they're a natural organism. You see how, as you've pulled them out, it's sort of broken some of the roots, and you can deduce that you would need to put something in there for them to root back onto. They obviously live underwater, and their properties are to cool the surrounding water, and they do seem to also filter some of the dirt out of it.
Cool.
You can call them cold cap mushrooms if you wish, but I don't think they're on D&D Beyond because I made them up. Homebrew.
I will spend the evening, or a little bit longer of the evening. I imagine I've probably got enough in my thing. Or maybe not, because I would probably want to like that. And that's fine. I'll hold off.
Okay. As you all hold back on tasks that you really wish to do, the night draws on. And morning breaks. The day is yours, gentlemen. I've actually lie in. It's late morning. By the time you got back in, got settled, it's probably 10, 11.
Oh, slept well. Slept well.
Well, morning, Mr. Men.
Morning, Mr.
Styles.
Packard.
I know the market's more of a food market, but is there somewhere we could get like supplies like water skins or leather, even something like that?
Try to market.
Yeah, there is a guy at the market that gets off island things that you might be able to do, but as I say, you probably might have to barter for them other than pay for them.
While
Hey,
we're
no
here,
problem.
we may as well.
I'll just start picking up random bits like some of the books and just put a
Not
few in
my
the back.
things.
What?
These are my things. Your things.
We could keep a lookout for some of these ingredients for tattoos as well.
Oh, yes.
Why?
There is a herbalist.
We need to find a herbalist. Oh,
Yeah, there is a
there
herbalist
is.
in the market.
we should buy her out.
Well,
Let's go speak with her first.
yeah.
Oh, she was here last
Go and
time.
invest.
That's yours.
Yeah, she had the widest range of ingredients in all the land.
Bet she did.
Should we go upstairs and get some breakfast off Maya first?
Aye.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
To the tavern.
They should be open.
Maybe we'll see that Bruce fellow from the other day.
I hope not. He's a bit of a prick in the end.
He was fine. He just got pounced on by Packard.
Oh, I love it when you alliterate.
Okay, you head up to the tavern. A few patrons are in. Maya is at the bar. Most people at this point are just eating either late breakfasts or early lunches. It's quite quiet though. Only a few people in. And she greets you as you come up. Good morning, gentlemen. Got the smell of char in the air. Is it?
Barbecue.
She sort of looks at you and she sees some of your clothes are still sort of layered with this soot and but like in the crevices that are hard to get to behind the ears and stuff like that.
Say that is completely unrelated to us.
Very well.
Ooh, can I do something while we?
No.
Can I search Styles's collection of books for anything on magical tattoos? See if there's any extra Because we only have like a couple, don't we? I didn't know if in his book collection there'd be any more.
Make a investigation check.
Fuck. Six.
As you're flicking through the tomes, you instantly get distracted by one.
Someone help me!
Which is
And the porn book.
yeah.
I like to think the majority of it is porn.
There's one of the you're sort of flicking through and you're like naval charts, Tide Times Volume 2, and then you instantly get to a book.
There's a volume 2.
Excuse me.
You instantly get to a book called The Handmaiden's Tales, and your eyes widen and you sort of pick it up, looking around the room, and the rest are sort of getting themselves ready, their armor on, that sort of thing, ready to go for breakfast. And a quick flick through, you see some intricate hand-drawn images of full-chested women and very low-cut tops. You sort of, well, it's up to you what you do with it, but it distracts you from the task of looking through the rest of the books.
Do I notice him doing this?
You're not being stealthy, are you? I don't think.
Not really, no.
Ozzy.
I think Styles on a bit of a lair after Scarrick tried stealing things.
Yeah, true. You see it.
So I see him.
Mm-hmm.
If you, I've got some better stuff in my office, top shelf, right hand side, in the little tin.
Oh, really? Better than what was this? The Handmaid's Tales.
Oh, that was meant to be in there. I don't know. Well,
By
yes,
Margaret Atwoods.
Margaret loves woods.
Oh, really? You have more? Don't.
Yes, I have some that even feature creatures that you have never seen before.
Oh, you don't say. I would like to have a look at that collection.
Luckily, if we get the ship together, you might be able to meet one. Put it this way, you're going to need a third hand. You could use your tail.
This is my excited face. Don't tell Packard though, because he's already got one of those books, and any more than one is greedy. You don't share.
One of the books in your collection, Styles, is Playing with Plasmoids.
Playing
great
with
read.
plasma.
Do you have any of these books talk about the magical tattoos that we seem to have discovered?
No, unfortunately, I don't. No, sorry. I grabbed Times Volume 2 and Spycard, this one may interest you.
What's that you have?
It's Titan Volume 2. It's for the Eastern Hemisphere, not the Eastern side, not the Western side where we've been at.
The Eastern side?
Yes.
I never knew there was such a thing.
One of the things you find, Packard, as you flick through this, the other book was written solely in and out times. This one's written in out and in times.
Wow, it's like a whole new set of tide times.
I thought you'd find it interesting.
This will keep me awake while I do not sleep. Thank you, Mrs. Styles. Thank you. I'll put it in my little bag.
And after your interlude at the library, you head up to the tavern and greeted by Maya. So you go to sit at your table, and she brings across a tray laden with fresh meats, some different sorts of bread, a large slab of butter and cheese. Breakfast for you, gentlemen. What do you have planned for this fine day?
Was hoping to nip to the market. Is the herbalist still there?
Perhaps. I haven't been in a couple of days. You know how it is. People come and go. Trade passes in the market. And many people, to be honest, will be preparing for Richfest. I don't know whether you'll find many tradespeople there.
Ah, Richfest. Just
Richfest.
jog my memory again.
Richfest, it's the festival at the end of this month. The week long. Midsummer.
You got
The
any?
Holy Day of Pelor.
Oh, the holy day of Pelor.
Yes.
Would I know? Maybe Ozzy would. I'm gonna go with Ozzy wouldn't know.
You would all know.
Ozzy
It's,
would know.
So
Ozzy
as the
would
calendar's
know.
laid out, there's separate months, and at the end of each month there's a week-long festival. This is the next one to come about, and this is sort of the summer festival, so celebration of the weather. It's a lot more relaxed than the others. There was like Need Fest, and also like the winter festivals, but this one's quite a laid-back, slow, easy celebration of summer, and it's one of the hottest weeks of the year, so most people try and do as little work as possible.
Pelor. I forgot that was coming around. I'm pretty sure that the armor that Bruce was wearing, that was the sigil of Pelor.
Yes, I believe it was.
Maybe that's why that drunkard's here, to celebrate that festival.
And maybe it is.
I believe he's just a lost soul. We get many like that, and after a few years, they find a new purpose.
Yes, he certainly did look like a loser in cheap armor. You're correct.
Make of him what you will. Who am I to judge another?
This
Ozzy don't
island
give a
does
shit.
attract the lost, to be fair. And Styles just goes into like a deep thought of...
Ozzy don't give a shit, but Kurt is really hurting right now.
Who's this Kurt you speak of?
I'll just catch.
So this, are you sticking around for this festival, Styles?
Well, there is no real rush. It seems if no one's come inquiring after my overs. No.
No?
Hey Maya, who's running the festival? Do you know if they have any musicians?
I mean, the Baron's in charge of everything here. We hope that the Jolly Roger may return.
The Jolly Roger.
You never saw it, did you, Styles?
Is that James's ship?
Captain Jack. I believe it's Jack Daniels. It's a party ship. Decks lined with casks, veils, spirits from all across the land.
I swear
tends
he's
to-
done that joke before.
He tends to dock here, at least for a couple of days during the festival. It takes business away from here, but it gives us chance for a break too.
Next you'll be saying there's a Captain Morgan.
No, I don't
There
think
is
I've heard of
actually.
that one.
Before, yeah. I think
No,
it was Captain
That was
Morgan, wasn't it?
Kurt's.
That was in my.
I have.
Oh, is it
I
Kurt?
have.
Is that what it was?
I have sailed with Captain Morgan in the past.
Have you?
Yes, it was a bit spicy.
If you want to sponsor us, guys, it's fine. We'll take the sponsorship.
Happy to take sponsors.
Sorry, I was joking too much. Was the Jolly Roger a trading vessel, was it?
It's a party ship. Cassavel
Party.
spirits all across the
Wow.
land. It's decks
Oh,
are
stop,
lined
stop.
with
No,
casks.
no more party
Stop!
ships.
No. We are staying for the arrival of the party ship and
I,
the festival. Like it sounds fucking awesome.
You
Please,
said
can we
about
stay, Styles?
musicians. I believe all the crew are proficient with instruments, and even on the evenings, I've seen some very talented fire dancers.
Whoa, no, we don't need any fire. We're good for fire.
I see.
Fire and spiders we're quite good with.
Would
But surely there's room for Ozzy Hellborn, former from Crossbows and Roses.
Oh,
There will be room. We'll speak to the Baron, and no doubt you'll get a. We'll stay. We'll stay.
I mean, if they know that I'm here, that they're gonna want me to play. I mean, it just.
I'm sure they will.
Wait,
We haven't really introduced ourselves to anyone, so maybe a trip to the Baron, seeing if.
would Ozzy have heard of this Jolly Roger and like the musicians and stuff?
I'd say you'd possibly heard Tales on the Wind. I don't think you'd ever have seen it, but
No.
you've heard of like a ship that sails around constantly just bringing booze and spirits to like festivals and things like that. So
Yeah, it was more
it's like a myth and a legend.
it was more the musician side of it, because did you say that they're all
It's-
musicians on it? Or
It's like
bards?
the crew are all talented with instruments, so
Okay.
part of their role is to sort of when they're not crewing is to entertain.
It's like a cruise ship.
And how many weeks off is it, Maya?
The festival lasts a week, 7 days.
Is it when in 2 weeks?
Well, what are we on now? It's 22nd now. 5-6 more days.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
perfect.
It's not even that long. Oh, I need to write a new song. Oh, this is exciting.
I presume that was why you returned.
Well, it is now. That's definitely the main reason why we're here.
Good as reason as any.
I mean, it was something about visiting the astral sea, but I think this is far more important.
As he does that, I kick him under the table.
Oh, why'd you kick me?
Oh. Well,
Sorry, I meant to do this, and I kick him with the other leg.
Ow!
and a brief look of confusion comes across her face. Well, I'll leave you to your breakfast and have a grand day.
Yeah, thank you, and I give her 2 gold pieces.
Thank you kindly, Styles.
Oh,
She heads back to the bar and leaves
what
you
do
at the table.
What'd you do that for?
Because people don't know about the astral sea, you need to keep it down. And if people who do know, if they knew there was a ship that could travel there, would be in grave danger indeed.
Oh, really?
Well, yes.
Oh.
That's why I had to strip and hide the components as it was. The ship's useless without the components, and the components are useless without the ship.
I'm sorry. I'll keep quiet about it then. I can't promise that I won't include it in a song, though.
You can sing about the astral sea when we get there,
Okay.
because then everyone kind of knows it's there.
Yeah, true. I'm definitely, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on a song ready for this upcoming festival, because they're definitely gonna want me to play. And even if they don't, I'll play anyway. And I'll update. What was the last thing I sang about? It was Kira, wasn't it? Kira the bitch. So sorry, Packard. So
That's fine. She's a bitch. I'm glad she's dead.
a bit has happened since then, so I've got a bit of updating to do. All right.
You could always play some of your classics.
Well, yeah, I could.
Smells like Care Spirit. Welcome to the dungeon.
If you just got a list of my songs next to you.
He's not doing much.
No? What is this list you speak of? I know the rest of the band out here to say it part, but sure you can do a one-man show version. Little cover.
Yeah, maybe not. Welcome to the dungeon. That was Ellie. Ellie used to sing that one. She wrote it.
The Dragon?
No,
No, I'm only kidding.
the original.
Well,
Ellie.
bards do just want to have fun though. That could be one.
I already wrote that one. I'm looking at my list. That's already one of our songs. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're my new band now, remember? So maybe we should start teaching you how to play some instruments, and you can join the band.
I've always got
man.
my pipes.
Maybe we.
Yeah,
I don't know. Most of the songs weren't written with paps in mind.
the acoustics on this island won't be right for pipes. It's not cold enough.
I
No.
have to agree. but we'll...
I would like to hear these pipes.
Oh, you would?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Did
that's
you-
great.
are they-
I'll get him out one night when we're all jamming. Then.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
So we're going to the market. You're going to introduce us to this Baron fella then?
I thought he said the market wasn't open.
Oh, is that right? I missed that.
She said it was
Most
open, but
people
she
have
said
packed up.
there might
Yeah,
not be a
peop-
lot of traders there. It just depends.
Yeah, people are skiving for this festival.
Sounds like the DM's got out of role-playing a herbalist.
Well, let's go and see what we've got.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So as we head to the market, we'll take a quick break so I can take them to the toilet. And then we'll carry on. Back in a second.
What?
I was looking at that tattoo handout thing,
Mm.
and there's only. You said we've got the equipment. We just need the ingredients, right?
You've got the needles, yeah, so you just need... just let me load it up.
We all got that book.
Fucking, there's loads.
Well, there isn't.
Like, depending on what we want, we need lake leaf, we need frost blossom.
There's two
Cinder
items
petal.
per thingy, and then
Yeah,
there's
per-
like the carrier. So the carrier is like purified water, vodka, and root starch. And then for each thing, you have 2 items you have to get to make that ink, and then that ink you.
It's the only things we have at the minute in terms of instructions are those resistance one, the absorbing tattoo, and then
There is other pages if you
coiling-
go on the left.
coiling
There's
grasp
absorbing, it's
tattoo,
coiling grasp,
and then
Yeah.
the
And
one
the,
which we've already got,
masquerade.
Yeah,
which is what Styles has got.
yeah.
Didn't use that yet, have you, Styles?
Not yet.
He's forgot he had it.
No, he didn't. He only got it, and he's been in the volcano. What was he going to disguise himself as? A fire extinguisher.
Yes, it's there.
Yeah, you have got absorbing tattoos for each of the main sort of
Elements.
damages, yeah. Cinder petal. These bright red and orange flowers can be found near mountain ranges with volcanic activity.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I
Back
was
to the
literally thinking
mountain.
about doing some searching here, but then I was like, "Fuck! I should have done it around like the volcano."
Never mind. You can always get back in a montage. So, you head out of the tavern. And the market's actually in front of this in sort of a small square, and you look across it, and you see in the sort of I was just checking everyone was back. I was like, I've just started and everyone is back. Everyone's back. You see in the permanent structures made from the arches of whale's teeth, the canvas of ships and solid wooden planks. There appears to be only one vendor today. His table is full. At one end, you see a mixture of heavy root vegetables, long golden carrots with thick green foliage at the top, an assortment of root vegetables, and then further along, some dried meats in the centre, and at the other end, rolled animal skins that seem to be treated and rolled into small wraps. The man is wearing a simple waistcoat, some linen trousers, and his face is tanned from the sun, his hair curly and black, and he has a flat cap on his head. As you walk by, he waves and calls. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Any of my wares take your fancy?
Hey, do you have any like thick leather that I could make some skins out of, like water skins?
Oh, of course, of course. And you see him go to one side and he begins to roll some out, and you see varying shades of brown. Made these
Oh,
myself.
That's nice. I'll take enough for 5 skins, please.
Five
Have any
skins.
exotic ones by any chance?
Afraid not. These are just from the cows from the farm, hence the
No
meat.
problem. Do you have any dyes?
No, I just tend to leave it as natural as possible and just use common bark and twigs to get the browns.
Aye.
You expecting to get a bit thirsty on the trail, Scarrick, or is this for your other hobby?
No, just got a wee project for you guys. Don't worry.
Well, this is your first time in Tempesta, isn't it?
Aye, aye.
Oh, except you, of course, Styles. Welcome back. And
Oh,
you
where's
recognise
Fred?
him as it's Thomas, one of the farmers
Sorry,
from
Thomas.
the outside farms. They all look very similar, so I'll let you off. Fred's the fish farm.
That was it.
So he says, "Oh, well, we tend to do things by trade here. I'm after some rope. I need some rope for herding them up again. My last one's getting a bit threadbare. Any nails, timbers, anything else I need?"
Well, definitely got nails and rope. So here's 50 feet of rope
Whoa,
and a bag of 100 nails.
splendid. This will do the job perfectly.
Is that an alright trade, or do you need more?
No, that's more than enough. This will help tend to the cattle for a
Lovely.
good couple of months.
Packard says, I hope they're not the ship's nails. I hope they're
I've
your
got
own
nails with
private nails.
I
Do you
lean
know,
towards
we're,
Lee.
raiding that cave one day that we found some. But from there,
I lean towards Lee and says, "Is that why he's been rattling as he walks?" I
That's
thought it was part of the armour.
It's one of the many of the reasons, yeah.
And he passes you off the 2 large rolls of leather, which will easily suffice the task that you have in hand.
that.
Well,
Oh,
pleasure
one
doing
more
business
thing.
with you.
You know anywhere where we could get some beeswax?
Beeswax.
The chandler anywhere?
I've seen a ship come in today. Perhaps they're a trader.
What do you want beeswax
Yes,
for?
Thank you very much.
I got
To
earwax.
seal the skins.
Oh, I ain't got that much earwax.
Might make the water a bit rancid too.
What, you mean you don't ever, like, rummage around in your ears and, like, eat the wax?
No.
No, me neither. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Good. Do you want to check out the ship?
Sure, man, yeah.
Unless you guys wanted some vegetables.
Oh, no.
No, I'm good. The party ship's not in yet, is it?
About a pound of carrots.
Oh, no, we don't want your carrots, thank you.
Buy 'em fresh.
No, thank you.
Very well then.
Yeah, I'd head on down to the docks then to see if there's a ship in.
Okay. Make your way down to the docks and passing the travel. Damn it. Travel down to the docks. I'm going to have to really try. And coming onto them, you see your vessel, and next to it, a small keelboat has docked. Its sail just being wound back up, you see is covered in small patches, and it even appears the hull's been patched in different shades of wood. Standing on the vessel, you see dark-coloured skin and the bright red turban and purple cloak of a Maori, the gentleman you'd seen pushing his cart back in Saltmarsh.
This the one that don't talk?
No.
Is this the one we got the
He's
book
the
for?
travelling trader who has the cart with all the random bits on.
Yeah, where it has to be a trade. Who won't sell you it?
This guy.
Oh, and this is that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you sort of walk along the dock, he's rummaging around in some boxes and looks up. Oh. Can it be? Is it the Mr. Man? Hello, good day to you.
You bet your sweet ass it is, sir.
What a coincidence. Amari did not know he would be here.
That is the idea. We are trying to lay low Mari.
I
How is
see. My lips are sealed.
how is it in Saltmarsh? Have you come from there?
Oh no, I haven't been to Saltmarsh in many weeks. I have traveled the coast and even traded with vessels. I have upgraded my business, you see. No more am I bound to the land. I am a man of the sea.
Is that so?
If I were
A
you, I'd
seaman?
stay away from Saltmarsh for a while.
Oh, why is that?
Captain Pillock.
The war has brought out bad sides of people, and it's not the Saltmarsh you would know now.
I see.
Well,
I
no,
see.
I'm sure a man like Amari wouldn't be like in danger just for having a trading cart.
Only from guards trying to take heavy taxes.
There is that. Tell me, Amari, are you a loyalist or a traditionalist?
I do not know. I'm a trader.
You a big fan of the king?
I have never met him or traded with him, but I have traded with royals, and they seemed okay.
Okay.
Tell me, have you got any beeswax?
Let me see. And as you look over the vessel, you see where the keel boat would normally have rows of benches, large crates have been installed. Mixtures of the crates are filled with mixtures of random trinkets and treasures. Please come aboard and look for yourself. As you look across,
I will have a look.
these are the items you find. In one of the crates is sorted with like jewelry that looks like fake and random pieces of silk and material. There is a sand timer, which at this point, even though it's slightly at an angle, the sand at the top doesn't seem to be moving down. Next to it, a large brass ring holds 17 different shaped keys, each one intricately made and all different from each other. As you go to another crate, there seems to be a vial of what can be described as mucus, a substance sticky with an odd white translucent glow. There's a small tin, and as you sort of open it and look inside, there's a yellow powder. And next to that is a small wooden puzzle cube. Sort of rotate it, and it seems interesting. Moving on, one of the chests has books. There is a book titled Who Moved My Cheese? What Men Know About Women. Changing Secrets. Maps, maps, maps. Moving on to the next chest. This one has a thick bed of soil in the base, and planted into the soil are a random selection of plants. There is a thick grass that seems to sort of dry at the tips and remain succulent at the base. The others look quite normal.
I was going to say, we're going to look through the descriptions of the book now.
In the second one, as you get to the back, you see 2 or 3 of the trunks have been filled with seawater, and they slosh back and forth as the boat sort of moves in the calm waters. Inside of these, there is a thick black kelp that grows in black stands, growing straight up from the base of one of the things. It glitters with the look of gold coins. And in 2 of the other trunks, live fish seem to be swimming about. This is a new enterprise. Now I am seaborn. You see, one is quite small. Another seems to glow. It's slightly bigger, about 6 inches, and glows in the water. Is there anything that takes your fancy?
Quite a lot, actually.
Fucking hell. Literally every item. Please explain what they are.
Well, please, I'd like to have a look at definitely the first box.
Yep. So the first box had the sand timer, the brass ring with the different keys, the vial of mucus.
7-2.
Mhm.
That.
What are they all?
Well, you don't know what they are. You just know what they look like.
Do you happen to Is it like a? How much for the box?
What?
Oh,
Amir,
I work in trade.
Amir, what are these items? What's this sand timer thing here?
I do not know, but
You never
every
know.
day it seems to drop 1 grain of sand. It has been good for tracking my passage across the sea.
What
has
would you
taken
like
me
for the sand timer?
18 days to get here.
It's a broken Santana.
Well, it's a
I
sand.
do not know.
The sand timer that just deals in days instead of.
But what you meant to do? Count all the sand at the bottom of it?
I have been tracking the days on this helpful notebook I have.
Then that's just counting.
Perhaps. Would you like it?
What would you want for it?
What have you got?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Would you like a severed head?
Scarrett's probably got some hands.
A severed head.
Yes, it belonged to the leader of the Saltmarsh edition of the, what were they called?
Scarlet Brotherhood.
Scarlet Brotherhood.
Intriguing.
Exactly. You don't find them like this.
And is it preserved?
It's fresh-ish.
Let me see.
Just rummage around the bag and
Is it in the salt bag or is it just in your bag? I don't think it's even in the salt bag, is it?
just bag. I've been treating it quite poorly.
Yes, as you pull it out your bag, the first thing you'll greet with is the gloopiness that has developed in the base of your satchel. The pocket that specifically that the head's in. You also notice now that there's a red and brown stain that's begun to soak through. Your eyes, hands go in, you sort of just into the eye sockets, and you pull out this melted mess of rotten flesh with bone
That's the
glinting through.
smell.
Oh, it wasn't
Murray's
you, Scarrick.
Looks at it with an eyebrow raised. No, thank you. I do not think I want this.
Okay, not him. How about a dog collar?
I could see a fair trade.
Yes. And then let us do it.
So he takes the
So,
dog collar
how
and
about-
passes it at Santana.
How about for the keys?
Yes.
Would you like a jewellery box?
Is there anything in the jewelry box?
No, it's just an ornate jewellery box.
Seems a fair trade. Okay.
Thank you. What were the other two items in the box?
There's a vial of sticky white
mucus.
I recognise this.
And
I've got
a tin of-
silverware. I don't know whether that's multiples or whatever, but
I think
got
that was from
silverware
the
written down.
thingy, wasn't it? From when you did the task with the fish folk, and he was laying the table. Did you steal it from that?
Get out.
possibly. I've got
In this
jewellery
track of
box, silverware, and silver necklace from somewhere.
Oh.
And I imagine it's probably that. You pull out a selection of knives and forks
Silverware
for the mucus.
for the mucus.
It's a normal sentence.
I take it you don't
Interesting.
know what this mucus is.
I found this to not have too many worths, but a trade's a trade, and he passes you over. He looks at it. I do not know where this has come from, but I would not advise consuming it. It has a rancid smell.
Thank you. I probably wasn't going to.
And you see him as you sort of trade the bits, he begins to instantly arrange the pieces you've given him into these chests of mostly pure junk. Is there anything else you would like?
What was that fourth item?
There's a tin of yellow powder and there is a wooden puzzle cube in the items chest.
The puzzle cube.
What's the yellow powder? Is that sulphur?
You see him put his finger in and sort of put it on his tongue. I do not think so. Passes it to you.
Alright. Silver necklace?
Okay. He passes it to you.
And I will give you
As you
on the
pick
puzzle
up,
box.
what I'll say is, as you pick up the
a
powder,
crowbar.
a little bit of residue falls off and drops from it onto the green sort of grass that starts green and turns brown as it goes up. Instantly your brain just like almost flicks out of reality for a second, and you stare at the plant as it's like, it's too hot here. I'm not really made for this environment. I wish I was back in the soil. This soil's lacking in nutrients.
Is that
Oh well.
talk with plants spell?
Is that because it fell on me, did you say?
It fell from
Oh,
you
plant.
onto the plant. So
Oh.
from the tin in your hand onto the plant.
What, and only Scarrig hears that, or we all hear it?
Yeah, only Scarrick hits
Okay.
it. The rest of you just sort of continue to trade as Scarrick sort of phases out.
During that, I'd just be like, oh.
Have you traded enough items? Are you going to leave anything for me?
Oh,
Sorry,
go on,
I
then.
just wanted to make sure we didn't lose them.
I look at the puzzle box.
It's a puzzle cube, and
cube.
you sort of rotate it in several lateral ways, and it seems to be covered in painted symbols of elements.
I give it a shake.
Seems to be quite solid. As you turn it, though, you manage to align some of the elements on one face, and you feel a strange, deep sense of pleasure in doing that.
Ooh. I have a collection of love letters here from the famous Captain Samberley.
Intriguing. I see.
Uh,
Well, I would normally trade letters for books, but how many do you have?
there are 3.
I'd say trade for a book, and I will throw in the cube.
Okay.
I have Who Moved My Cheese, What Men Know About Women, Changing Secrets, and Maps.
What's that other one? What men know about women?
Yeah,
I assume that's a very small book.
it's quite a big one. It's hardcover.
I mean, I know loads about women, but there's always room for more information. What about
Very
that one?
well. A trade is a trade. He takes the love letters and hands you the book.
Those letters, just so you know their value, they're very rare because Captain Samberley's dead now. Won't be
I
writing
see.
any. What? Can you remember who they were written to? There was like love letters for someone. I can't remember who they were for.
I can't remember. It was
No.
a long time
It
ago.
was like the first session, I think.
Isn't it,
Yeah.
We didn't kill him, did we? Did we let him go?
We killed
I think
the
you
captain
killed the captain, but you let some of the crew go.
because I was like, I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
You
You see Amari bind them in some twine, and in it, he like mumbled under his breath, "Dead man's letters."
love letters.
Got it.
What else was there? Those books and
See,
then
I forgot what was in the last
there's
two
so many
boxes.
things.
So there's books. Who Moved My Cheese? You've got What Men Know About Women. Changing Secrets. Maps. There's 2 types of plant. One is a freshwater kelp that seems to, like, it's black but it shimmers with gold. Another is a grass that starts green and dries at the tips. And then there's 2 fish, one 1 inch wide and one 6 inch wide, that swim round in one of the chests.
I mean, that gold plant looks interesting.
Have we seen any of these kind of plants before?
And we haven't seen these, no.
What do these plants have like special properties or something?
I believe this one is called False Treasure, and he points to the kelp, which like shimmers with like a fake gold. And this one, I think it is Minotaur's grass, but I'm unsure of its effect.
Ooh.
The person who sold it to me seemed thin. Like he'd been lost for a long time.
Though. Can't see any of them in the list. But it never hurts to have it, right?
I guess not.
I believe the gentleman that had the Minotaur's grass would smoke the item. Just a tips.
Right.
Would Ozzy have heard of Minotaur's grass?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's not like a tobacco.
It's not too much to remember. I don't think I need the kelp.
The grass looks interesting. You're basically telling me it's a drug, right?
I cannot tell you that. I do not know. I only tell you the man who had it was very thin, and he said he smoked it before.
Is he a crackhead?
I'm sure he was just in a loincloth.
Oh, that sounds like a hardcore drug. Sounds like he might have been addicted and was selling everything he had, including his clothes.
Not selling, trading.
Trading. But then why would he trade the drug that he was addicted to?
He traded it for, I believe, a book on mazes. Very curious.
Maybe he wanted to get rid of it. Maybe we should avoid it.
That's why I want it.
Buy
Well,
Trade
I don't have a lot of things to trade, to be honest. I feel like
I will lend you
used
this
all of-
crowbar to trade.
I got a crowbar here. How does that look?
Most of the time I trade like for like.
It's from a guy called Gordon Freeman.
Not really objects for flowers. Do you have any foliage or rare herbs?
Let me have a look.
I don't. On notes.
Well, I do
You've
have...
got a weird mushroom.
I do have... Yeah, you do, actually.
It's the my mushroom. I mean, I've got a few.
They're mad mushrooms. No.
So, Paul, you said there was a lot. I've just written down 15. He said that, what was it?
Oh,
like
okay, I've got
6
some.
to
I've got
8 or
something. I've got
6
something.
8 to 10?
I'd say you got 10.
I've got something. Well,
I've got 10. Okay.
I pull out
You've
an
got something.
antitoxin vial.
Oh.
This is a vial of antitoxin. Does that interest
see.
you? I got 6 of these, and they're very, very rare. But I'm willing to pop with one.
Okay. Sounds good to me. And he takes it and, like, digs out this big clump of dirt and sort of hands it to you. Like, the dirt's falling through his fingers as he passes you this lump, which has the grass in.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Careful with that grass. It really doesn't like not being in the dirt.
I don't know how long that lasts for 1 second. I don't know if he
No,
hears
I
screams
just
of
like saying,
pain.
because I remember it saying that it didn't want to be in, it wanted to be back in the dirt. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
It's for a
talking to me now.
minute, so just sort of as you come back into the sort of thing you hear.
It's not happy. It's not happy.
And then all of a sudden it's dead silence. You don't hear anything anymore.
Oh,
You're not sure if it's died or
gosh.
if your communication's broken.
Are you alright, Scarrick?
I think I was the plant. I could talk to the plant. I don't know. This powder's weird, man.
I don't know what to do with this.
Just don't hurt it, please. Do you want to put it in my bag of holding for now?
Yes, please.
Just remember, it's in there.
Okay. Put it in.
Let's say you'd probably be able to find some cloth to sort of wrap around it and make a makeshift pot. Well, if that's everything, I don't have much to trade, but I'll see if any of the locals want things before I move on my way.
Cheers,
It was
Amir.
good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
And you.
I hope to see you again. You're
You
always
too.
very good for trade.
Remember, mum's the word.
Mum is the word for... Oh, for you. I see.
Us? Yes. You ain't seen us, right?
I see.
You ain't seen me. Right.
Right. Yes.
And you sort of leap into his things as you depart the vessel, and you see him arranging the items that he's traded with you. Just going about his day.
That was never a dull moment when he's around.
No. I say to the Mistmen, what the chap fails to realise is that he gave me that dog collar last time we saw him, and now I've traded it back to him.
That's how the world works sometimes.
Trade is as trade does.
Now, what's the deal with this sand timer? It appears to be
Broken.
but I cannot see why it wouldn't work.
As much as you sort of shake it, yeah, it's locked in place.
If
You see one grain is slowly moving down at like a fraction pace.
if you
Why
want,
don't
I
you turn it
can
the other way around?
I
Turn
can
it the other way around, see if you have to
identify it for
reset it.
you.
Oh, I'll let Mr. Ozzy identify it before I reverse its polarity.
Identify it.
Okay, as you sort of spend some time with it, observing it, and using your inner magic to see what it is, you find it's a mysterious sand timer. Every day, a single grain of sand drops into one side, from one side into the other, and it will always drop in the same direction until it reaches the end. No one knows what happens when it reaches the end,
God. Well,
but there's
may
a
be-
good whack in the top, so.
it may be counting down to our oblivion, so at least I have that to look forward to.
Well, you can keep check on it, can't you? Let us
Yep.
know when we're close.
I'll keep an eye on it, and then I sort of like toss it in my bag, just like
I guess now
piece of
it's
junk.
become the Picard life timer, since you are technically maybe
Oh, God,
eternal.
yeah.
You could
Yeah.
try that again, could you? And hand him the keys.
No.
You'll
What
have
is
to
it
wait.
with you guys? Not everything is magical. Sometimes a key
I'm
is a
just
key.
gonna walk over to one of the houses with my key rings and try one of them on a door.
Oh my.
Okay.
That's bold.
As you walk up and try it on the door, you feel a pulse of magical energy, and this is where I need my.
Oh, he's got bloody magical
I was
keys.
totally
I've got,
expecting just to be shit keys.
I've got a real pointless sometime.
You try it and it begins to turn, but doesn't. And as it doesn't, this key sort of changes into a key blank, something that you wouldn't use. The head just forms solid, and it sort of changes color. The rest are sort of a bright brass, and this one goes to a dull steel, as if you've used it. I will say, with using it, you sort of get an insight as to what it does. The 17 keys of a different shape can be used once on a lock, and you have a 7% chance of opening that lock. If opened, it will always and only open that lock.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's only 7%, but if it does it,
But now I've
you've
used
got a
up
key.
one of those keys.
You've
now,
used
then.
one, so you've got 16 left. Yeah.
Well,
That's
You should have bought some lockpicks. It would have been a hell of a lot easier.
Actually, one sec.
But less fun.
so that could be on like anything.
No,
then.
actually, it doesn't change. It just doesn't open the lock.
Oh.
So they don't lock in, to use the pun, until they've opened the lock. So you still have 17. But when obviously when
so
one
it's
turns
when
into a lock,
eventually you've got 17 sets of keys. Eventually, that you,
yeah, 17 keys.
always
to different
lock.
places. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
shit.
I was really hoping it was going to be some sort of a portal thing. So I was like, then I can use that key and make that the door that was there. And I was like, no, we've got one to get back here.
So can he try all 17 keys in one go for a 7% chance? Or does he just one?
I'd say when you've tried it on a lock, it nulls that lock. Like,
Gotcha.
otherwise
gotcha.
it's a bit OP.
That makes sense. Not like my lockpicks.
No.
That's pretty cool though. Like if we're ever in a bit of a pickle trying to unlock something.
Luckily, I've got a D100.
It's a bit
1 to 7, it's an open.
It's a bit better than Packard's pointless sand timer.
Hey. It tells some time. I don't know what unit of time it tells, but it tells that unit of time.
Could be useful for passage of time in the astral sea.
Could be useful for passage of time in the astral sea.
Well, not really.
Yes, it could be. We don't know.
No, because what do you do? Count all the bits of sand at the bottom of it?
Well, hang on a minute. You told me the time in the astral sea just doesn't exist anyway.
Exactly.
Well,
It still runs for everybody else.
we'll see. And perhaps it will tell the time. Perhaps this is relevant astral sea time. So every grain that drops here is an hour or a day in astral sea land.
That could make sense because you're like, what? You spent 100 years there and basically no time
and
passed
barely any
here.
time passed.
So that could
So
even be like a
No,
second.
Yeah.
Time passes in the astral sea the same as it passes here. If you're in the astral sea, you don't age.
Oh,
You can die, but you don't age.
Well, I choose to believe my theory is correct.
yeah. I think I prefer Packard's theory. But
Yeah.
okay.
Good for if you're ever stuck in a time loop.
Not really, because again, you won't see the.
Leave it alone,
What is
Mr. Styles.
It's
Stop
a white
attacking-
hole.
Stop attacking my sand timer.
Anyway, the
It's
Baron's
a blunt
house is
force weapon, okay?
the Baron house is up here. Shall we go see if it's in?
Okay.
As we're heading over to the Baron's house, I'm looking at the puzzle cube.
Okay.
And I cast Identify on it.
Bastard!
Without Scarab looking.
You don't get any ping back from it. You just realise it's a fun cube, a complex puzzle with many different, it's got one solution, but there's different ways you can get to it. And the objective is to make all the elements match on each side. It's a 3x3 cube.
I'll hang back a little bit towards him and be like, "Are you sure you can't do anything? Because I've also got this bottle of mucus." I didn't really know what it was.
No, man. It's just like a one-use thing, you know?
Shame.
I'm
As
pretty...
Ozzy's playing with his cube, Ozzy, I've got something that might help with that if you're interested.
Well,
I
what?
just pull a hammer out.
No. Now, don't be... Good joke. But I've completed one side, and it gave me like a real warm, fuzzy feeling. I'm hoping that when I finish it, I don't know, like gives you an orgasm or something. We'll find out. I'll let you know.
Keep us updated.
And I take the vial off of Scarrick as we're walking. Like, come here. All right, I'll do it. It's come.
Oh.
But from what, Mr. Oxley? That is the great mystery at hand. What has produced so much?
I'll
See
cast,
you in-
Or who?
I'll cast Identify at the same time.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Jesus, man, he's an identification machine.
Well, I read afterwards. I didn't think I could, but I read afterwards that I could keep using first level slots to keep doing it. So.
Yes. So, as you take it back, and there's an odd white translucent glow about this sticky substance. You identify it as mucus from an aboleth. You understand that if the mucus is touched, then the creature must try and resist its damage, otherwise it can be diseased for up to 4 hours. And if it's diseased, the creature can only breathe underwater.
So you like throw it at something and it means they have to go underwater.
So yeah, he could hock this comb at something, and it would suffocate if it couldn't get underwater, presumably. In
Yeah,
time.
if it didn't make the save, yeah.
How long does it last for?
1d4 hours.
Packard sort of looks at his sand timer and he says, "Well, it seems Mr. Scarrig has won the random objet d'art lottery with his magic keys and deadly cum."
If you would like to make a history check to see if you know what an aboleth is, you may.
Yes.
And you can make a group check if you want. If it's telling
14.
14.
No.
17.
17.
12.
The rumours are thin, but among a few of you who have maybe studied more or been around longer, you know that aboleths are ancient creatures said to have challenged the gods in the early days of the worlds. They demand worship and can be found in ancient underwater ruins and deep sea abysses. These creatures are rare, to say the least, but when they are there, they are very powerful.
Sound it.
Great. Godly cum. Otherworldly cum.
I mean, I don't think I really want this cum then. Do you want it, Ozzy?
Sure.
Ozzy, you do seem the most appropriate keeper of the cum.
I mean, it might be useful. You could throw it in someone that might get in their eyes and they, I don't like it and run away. So I don't know.
I've never had that happen to me before. But, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I'll put cum in my inventory.
Oh, the only slot available is Uranus.
God, must have come out.
Is it?
dear.
You say is it actually in?
No, just type aboleth mucus and I'll create it.
I'm adding rubbish sand timer to my inventory.
Well, I didn't waste any of my my stuff on that.
Taking my catering
Cat
thing
man.
isn't a real thing either.
No, you'll have to just add it. I'll add it.
I got my puzzle as well. Puzzle cube.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need to, you can probably just add that one yourself.
I am adding
So
it.
is
I have written notes of stuff like that.
Gotta know what you got in your inventory, haven't you?
I ring the cowbell.
I forgot you had that.
As you ring it, what's the time on it? Does it give you a time or does it
It's
attract
just
all
the
like
big
that?
closest cow starts walking towards me.
You hear a distant quiet, and then slowly getting louder. Are you just hanging around for it?
I'm
Still
carrying on
walking.
with our business as I walk, and
Okay.
I'm just ring it.
Okay. Then, for now, you hear a distant move. Where do you wish to go?
Aaron's house.
So you head to the Baron's house. It's the large, stately building in almost the centre of town. The windows are gilded, and it's the sort of fine, small cube lattice of metal that hold them all in. You can see a warm glow coming from inside, and there's smoke coming from the chimney above. At the door, 2 guards stand. Similar to the ones you've seen around town, simple leather armor, clubs and swords at their belts. As you approach,
Just take them, boys. Don't worry.
one of them steps forward. Good day to you, gentlemen. Can I ask your business, please?
Yes, good morning. We've come to offer our services to the Baron. Needs anything, especially for this upcoming festival?
Please give me a moment to check on the Baron. And I'll see if he can see you.
Just a side note. Let him know
Yes.
Ozzy Hellborn from Grass Balls and Roses is here.
You don't need to tell them. They know that.
Very well. And he turns, the other guard sort of steps in front of the door. And he turns in, and after a few minutes he comes out. The Baron will see you. Please,
Oh,
follow me.
Thank you.
What'd you see?
head-
He knew you.
I don't know, right? I mean,
You head into the building, and It has an opulence about it, but a muted opulence.
This place has got a bit of a muted opulence about it.
I was
can
going to
tell-
say that.
The generations that have been in this building have left their mark, whether it's in the intricate tiled floor that is underneath your feet or the many tapestries that hang on the walls. However, all of it is aged slightly and not the modern trends that you would perhaps see if you're in Gravewalk. You move across the main sort of entry hall into a room at the back where the guard opens a double door into a large study. The study has red plush furniture, a large seat behind a big oak desk, and two smaller seats in front of it. Behind the desk, even sat down, is a hulk of a man. You can tell when he stood he must be a good 7 feet tall, broad shoulders, built like an ox. He's strong, however you can see in his later years he's gained some weight, perhaps from the offerings the townfolk regularly give him. He has long black wiry beard, which comes together around his chest tied with a small scrap of leather. He wears a big blue overcoat topped with a white frilled shirt, and gold and silver chains hang around his neck. He has a tricorner hat in dark blue, and a chain that loops around its brim. You see, on one of the chains, symbol for the island, which is a black flag on a shield. Well, I be. Is that you, Styles?
It is, Baron. How are you? You're looking well.
Thank you kindly, and he sort of rubs his stomach. It's been how long? Weeks, months?
Years, I'm
People
afraid.
come and go. Years.
Yes.
It's really been years.
Yes.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you back on the island. You've
Thank
done
you, it's-
a lot for the community.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be back. May I introduce my friends?
Of course.
This is Captain Picard.
Pleasure to meet you, Picard. And he extends his hand across the desk, and his hand in yours, a sort of a medium build gentleman, just engulfs you completely, and he's like, pleasure to meet you. His grip's firm, but not too hard.
Pleasure is all mine, Baron.
And Scarrick.
Ah, a man in armour.
Baron.
Pleasure to have you on the island.
And this last gentleman, I think I might have mentioned it before. This is Ozzy Hellborn, the famous bard from Crossbow and Roses I had spoken to you about in the past.
Well, it seems the honour is mine, not yours.
Oh, no,
And he
no.
bows his head slightly as he extends his hand.
Pleasure to meet you, Baron. What's his name? Baron, do we know?
His name's Baron Fisk.
Fisk, that was it. Baron Fisk, is that right?
Just call me Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Only business people call me Fisk.
Okay, that's a strong name. What have you been saying about me, Styles? You been talking about me?
Just that how well of a bard you are, and a wordsmith.
Lyricist. Prefer.
Yeah, that's probably the term I was looking for.
Yeah, and I heard you the festival's coming up. I'd love to perform if possible, if there's a slot for me somewhere.
Of course,
I mean, headline slot, but obviously, but
Well, the summer festival is a relaxed one. Please feel free to spread your music among my people. Now, who would care for a drink?
yeah.
Rum for everybody? I presume you like it dark.
Spiced, preferably.
Yeah, please, Mr. Picard does not indulge.
None
in,
for me, please.
Such things.
I see. I respect that in a man.
You respect it. I always
You
say
can
it's
see-
hard to trust a man if he doesn't drink.
Oh, no.
That's a new
to their own
revelation,
on this
Mr. Ozzy.
I don't trust you.
And as you can see, the drink can be detrimental across the years. And he stands, and at this point, he is like filling the space. He's a good 7 feet tall
Is
and
he
built
human?
like it as well.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's human. but he's built like an orc. He goes over to one of the bookcases, and one of the shelves is just clear for these crystal bottles. And
Why do you lift?
selecting a few crystal glasses. Lift? You should see me back in my day. I could lift at least 6 women on each of these arms.
Wow, you sound like you're mighty fun to be around.
I hope so. We're fair on this island. Pleasure comes first, and as long as there's no trouble, it will remain that way. He brings the glass across and puts them on the table and pours each of you a rum, spiced or dark. Pours himself a dark.
I must admit, the island, we've had no trouble since we got here. Everyone seems really friendly. Tell me, you mentioned pleasure comes first. Where's the brothel? I must have just missed it. I haven't quite...
I see. We could have a brothel here, but unfortunately, there is always an expense to a brothel. Whether that be the women, whether that be the clientele. It's not something we do here. Feel free to court anyone you wish, as long as they are compliant. But this island is built on trust and freedom, and that's not something you find in many a brothel. Especially
Dolphins are
freedom.
That's a fair point. I suppose if a group of women happen to stop one on their own free will, that would be okay, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Well,
that's good to
but
know.
no one has yet,
Fair enough.
unfortunately. Well, what brings you to Tempesta? Business? Rest? Running away?
Aye.
See?
Styles, you're gonna have to
All of
remove
them.
your face mask and speak up a bit.
I'm sorry, takes method down. A bit of all three, Baron. If I'm fair, I was missing the place, thought I'd pop and see you all. We've pleasure with the upcoming festival, of course, and if there's any business that I can help like I have in the past, you know who to ask.
I cover my hand over my mouth, and like in Styles' head, he hears, "Can the Baron be trusted with the real reason why we're here, or not?"
I would say so. I think, considering this is like a... Oh, do you mean the ship?
Yeah, the ship
Astral
and
Sea
Astral.
stuff.
No one else knows about it.
I'll take your first answer. So the real reason we're here.
Well, there's always things to do in the preparation for the festival. I'm sure if you ask around, a few people will need help. Me personally, I've got my men, my women. We're okay. But if there is anything, I'll be sure to call for your aid. Do you remember when we had that ship? They thought they could take us. Little did they know. Everyone here fights for freedom.
Yes,
And that
it's
ship
the-
made good repairs on a few of the elderly houses round here. The men, food for the fishes, I guess.
Yes, that's what I like about Tempesta. Everyone looks after everyone else.
That we do. That we do.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to check for? Whether he's lying about
I'm just
killing
struggling
people?
to.
Or?
No, I'm just struggling to read him in the sense of like what kind of a character he is, like
Big man.
because he seems to be talking about doing good and stuff, but then like killing. I don't know. I just wanted to get a take on if he's a good or a bad person.
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Not great. 12.
He's not hiding anything in this conversation. From his mannerisms and what he said so far, You get the feeling he's trustworthy to some extent, except you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him. It seems there's two sides. There's a side which is for the people, and there's a side which is when things go wrong.
Thought as much. Okay.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you today? Or is it just a visit to say hello?
It was a visit to say hello that I'm back, and
I appreciate that greatly. I'd heard from the tavern that you were back, and I did wonder when you'd pop round.
Yes, I do apologise. I should have possibly come here first.
Oh no trouble, Styles. You're a known face.
Well, thank you.
My pleasure. Treat the island like it should be treated, and you will have many prosperous days here.
Always.
Stay as long as you need, gentlemen. I'm afraid I must crack on with my work.
Oh, I feel like you should know.
Yes.
The volcano.
Oh yes.
It's might blow soon.
My men have been monitoring it for some time.
Oh, okay,
We sent
good.
the shark hunters over. When we started seeing the smoke, we knew something was up.
Ah, okay,
We
just
feel the distance is okay. We're not going to be affected by the main blast. Perhaps the ash may fall, but we will try and prepare. But thank you kindly for your recommendation.
oh, looking out for the people, right?
Indeed, it seems you are.
And one more question before we go. The shark
Of
hunters.
course.
What
Yes.
gives with the name? Do you hunt sharks?
They are a band of, I guess, in the common world mercenaries, but here, just free men who do my bidding, do their bidding, and anyone else's in the town. The sea can be a dangerous place, and sometimes you need someone who's good with their hands.
But you don't hunt sharks.
If they're a threat, we will, but there is no main reason to hunt a shark. They're just sea creatures.
Just check him.
That's
Pleasure.
fine.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you all too. Well, here's to new company. Raises his glass and drinks. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. He gets up and comes around the desk, coming past you all, and opens one of the doors. Thank you for stopping by.
Our pleasure as always, Baron.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Can I just, as we're leaving, can I have a quick scan of the room?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Is there anything that stands out as valuable or interesting or or quirky? Do you know what I mean? Or a trophy of any kind, or just anything that sort of stands out?
Yeah, make an investigation check. Or, yeah. Perception is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not investigation, yeah.
19.
Looking around the room, you see a lot of the items here, as I said, handed down, similar to the rest of the sort of house. There are some what could be expensive sort of ink wells and quills, which look ornate. And there are a few decorative items, some paintings, pictures, a large bookshelf with many books on. There's nothing that jumps out as instantly sort of interesting or attractive. It looks like a well-used Baron's study.
Okay.
And heading back out the main doors, one of the guards sees you out and bids you on your way.
Oh, he seems like a fine fella. Big motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. He killed the last ruler and took over. Since he's been in charge, it's been a lot more pleasant for the people. He does seem to be fair, but I wouldn't cross him, mind you.
Is that so? What was the
Yeah.
previous guy like? Who was that?
It was before I got here, but it was very quite strict. It was a bit of a tyrant by all accounts.
Oh.
But no, if you're fair with him, he'll be fair with you. Just don't cross him.
I have no intention to.
So, what's the plans for the rest of the day?
By this point, it's edging into the afternoon. The sun's high in the sky. The weather's warm. Mild breeze off the sea.
Where's this next item you need us to retrieve?
There's a castle, an old rundown castle on one of the other islands. There's a chamber there where I've hidden the compass to navigate wild space and the astral plane. Of course, with the being north and south, it's a little bit difficult to navigate. So there's a magical compass we need.
Okay.
Well, let's go get that then.
We can go get it. How long is it far? Do we need to go in the morning
It's about
or
a day's sail.
about a day's sail? Whoa.
I mean, do you want to set off now and then
Yes.
get there tomorrow?
It's through the night,
Could do.
or is it better
Yeah.
to go through the day?
Got nothing else to do.
Let's
No,
go.
We could go now.
To the ship.
Run off towards the ship.
So, as you drop off any belongings that you wish, and pack your gear ready for the crew to depart, they've been back a day, so yeah, they will turn the ship around. They're ready to set sail sort of late evening to early night. And as they set sail on the open waters with all of you aboard, that is where we will finish this session. To pick up on your journey to the castle next time.